Hello and welcome to Art with Miss Zoe. With me, your host, Miss Zoe. Today, we're going to learn about value. In today's project, we're going to use cross-hatching to create a value scale. We also have a bonus project, so make sure you stay tuned until the very end. Value is the amount of black and white in an image or object. This can be demonstrated on something called a value scale. So if you look at the bar below, you'll notice that there is a black on the right and a white on the left, and in between are a variety of gray tones, also known as midtones. So the amount of black and white, or light and dark, in a color is the color's value. Another way to talk about value is to talk about contrast and how close the values are. You can have something that is high contrast, like this white horse on a black background, or you can have something that is low contrast, like this white form in a white background. You can also have value in color. If you look at the bar below, you'll notice that there is a light red on the left and a darker red on the right. So the values are different even though the color is the same. For today's art activity, you will need cardstock, a pencil, a pen or a fine point Sharpie, a regular Sharpie, and a round object to trace. Once you have everything together, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out my paper, my fine point Sharpie, and my regular Sharpie. I also have a pencil and a round object to trace. First, I'm going to start off by tracing this paint bottle to get a circle, and then I'm going to do that 3 more times so that I have 4 circles on my paper. I didn't end up centering this very well, but that's okay, it's not a big deal. Now I'm going to grab my big Sharpie and I'm going to outline my circles. This will make them stand out a little more. Now I'm going to take my fine point Sharpie and I'm going to put lines that are close together diagonally across my circle. And then I'm going to do the same thing but in the opposite direction. So this crossing of lines is called cross-hatching, and it's how we create shading with a pen, because you can't apply pressure to change the value of your line. So you have to crisscross your lines or crosshatch. I'm going to do something similar here on my next circle, but I'm going to add fewer crosses, which will make my value a little lighter. In this next one, I'm only going to cross my lines twice, and I'm also going to space them out just a little bit more. That will again make this circle look a little lighter than the one to its left. And then finally, for my last circle, I'm going to space my lines out quite a bit. And again, I'm only going to cross twice. And there you have it. I have 4 values made from cross-hatching. Now for our bonus activity. So we need the same materials. We need a piece of paper, and we need our fine point Sharpie, our pencil, and a round object to trace. I've chosen a bigger paint bottle for a bigger circle. So I'm going to trace my bottle go. I put it close to the center. And I am not going to outline this with my big Sharpie, so I'm only going to use my fine point Sharpie for this. So I'm going to show you how to make this circle look like it is a sphere. So I'm going to start off with my first section of cross hatching, and I'm going to do this so that I leave a white circle kind of off to the left in my circle. And then I'm going to start making my lines go the opposite direction. And I'm going to work them around to that edge, and I'm just going to do a very light cross hatch on the edge, and then I'm just going to add a little more cross hatching to the outer right edge. And I'm imagining that my light source is coming from the left, so I'm going to put my shadow on the right. Now I'm going to make this look like it's sitting on a table. So I'm going to draw a line across the center horizontally. And then I'm going to take my fine point Sharpie. Whoops, grabbed the wrong one. And I am going to add a darker cross hatch near the edge of the table to make it look like that's the background. And then I'm going to make a lighter cross hatch as I go up to make it look like that shadow is getting lighter. And there you go. Just darkening where I feel like my sphere needs it. And that's it. That's how to draw a sphere using cross hatching. Thanks for watching, and keep making.